Hello, Charles. Let me see. I think you're muted. Yeah.
Hello, thank you.
Yes.
Um, I've been pondering how to ask this question for a while, but you just mentioned the mind so often. And I've kind of wondered what exactly is the mind?
Yes.
We have consciousness is everything, but when we're
Right.
biocomputers, we're in the world of relativity, we all can access this mind, at least metaconscious beings can. Where does it live?
Right.
What the hierarchy?
Right. Right. So, so there is uh, the mind as an experience and the mind as a concept. So, what we refer uh, to as the mind as an experience is the experience of thought, of perception, and sensation. In other words, the mind usually, conventionally, is defined as the experience of thinking. So thinking and using the mind to think. That's how we conventionally speak about the mind. But I use the mind in a broader sense, not just we use the mind for thinking, but also perceiving and sensing. Because in a way, uh, the distinction between thought, perception, and sensation is a little bit academic, conceptual. So the mind is the realm of uh, mentation, thoughts, perceptions, the world, and sensations, the body. Uh, Experientially, we experience memories and thoughts and creative thinking. We experience sensation within the body, toothache or hunger. We experience the world, we perceive the mountains, we perceive the rivers. And that's the experience of mind. And meaning everything which appears to consciousness, which everything which appears we refer to as the mind. Um, Conceptually, there is a concept of a mind. Say, oh, there is a mind, uh, but experientially, we don't meet a mind, we don't know a mind, we never see a mind, we don't like open some drawer somewhere in our house and we find a mind. Experientially, we don't experience a mind. We experience thoughts. Gee, I remember breakfast, this morning, or we experience thoughts and sensations. So it's important not to turn the mind into some sort of reality that stands apart from consciousness. There is consciousness and there is then the mind, some other reality called the mind. There is no such thing experientially. But we do experience thoughts, perceptions, and sensations, right? So that's what the mind is. The mind is just a concept which is used to refer to uh, world, body, mind, the phenomenal realm. Sometimes we say, inside my mind, I am inside my mind, or I'm seeing things inside my mind. But what we truly mean is that we're perceiving within awareness, because it is awareness which perceives. The mind is a concept. We believe that we have a mind, but when you ask somebody to describe to you their mind, they start telling you about their thoughts, about their feelings, about their. In other words, they refer to you to thoughts, sensations, and perceptions. They call that the mind. We call that my mind. But in fact, there is no uh, mind entity somewhere. Everything which appears to us within awareness, right? So, and awareness is not my awareness. It's just, it's awareness is I. It's not my awareness. It's I awareness. There's a belief that awareness is personal, that my awareness is different from your awareness. But that's not true. The content of my mind is, we could say, is different from the content of your mind, meaning the thoughts that, or the perceptions or the sensations that I perceive within the body mind named Magdi are different from the world body mind experiences perceived through the body called Charles. If you describe to me your living room and I describe to you my living room, they're very different. The furniture, the couch, whatever, different. But the space which contains my living room and contains your living room is the same space. It's once there are no borders between space. Space is, as a metaphor, consciousness is the realm within which all perceptions, thoughts, and sensations appear.
Well, when we're trying to quiet the mind,
Yes. Okay, that's an interesting one. That's a very interesting one.
what
What do you mean by quieting the mind?
I'm saying is we're not going to perceive
I'm,
outwardly.
I'm
We're
sorry?
not going to perceive outwardly. We're going to sort of let the perceptions happen and sort of focus on what is the space. And mind itself isn't necessarily anything more than the perception.
Yes, right.
Just turning to the
The,
space.
the best way to quiet the mind is not to argue unnecessarily. Of course, you would argue if you go to the market and you're buying something that costs $20, you give them $100 bill and they give you back a change for 50. So then you argue, so wait a minute, I give you $100 bills. That makes sense, but not to argue unnecessarily, not to oppose, to meet your experience as it is appearing to you, to explore your experience as it's appearing to you from a place of presence. And in some cases, there are some actions you need to take. You take them, but they're not coming from opposition. So, in order to quiet the mind, don't oppose your experience. And it's easy to say it, but difficult to do it. Why? Because we feel very motivated. We feel a strong urge to oppose, in some cases, our experience. And we feel this strong urge to oppose our experience or to argue with our experience because we feel that it's doing some harm to us. Now, of course, in some cases, when there is a fire, it makes sense for you to run out and call the fire people. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking, for example, if somebody tells you, you're stupid, then you want to punch them in the face, for example. But why do you want to punch them in the face? Because you feel that they insulted you. It's really important for you not to be insulted and to maintain your honor. So then you take a look at that. You say, wait a minute, they're insulting me. What does this mean? There isn't a me. They're just processing their own mental stuff. There is something that they don't like and they insult you. That's their trip, right? So I don't oppose. Somebody insults me. Okay, well, all right. I guess I'm not going to have a cup of tea with you. So you have to explore the reasons why you resist in your experience, why you're trying to change your experience. You're trying to get to a better place, for example. What is this you that is trying to get to a better place? What is this you? Okay, I understand you take care of your body, you take care of your house, you take care of your health. Makes sense. I do the same. We all do the same. But what is this you that's trying to get to a better place? I'm not talking about improving, for example, your job or improving where you live. That makes sense for the body. We all do that. We try to improve our lot for the body mind. But why do we feel so awful when it doesn't work out according to how we plan it, how we want it to be? We are arguing with the universe. We're arguing with God. I mean, we do our best, right? We do what we need to do, what we think is the right thing to do at the moment. But we don't need to argue with the universe. The more we argue with the universe, the more unhappy our experience is, and the more we struggle to become happy. But when you are as consciousness, this formless presence, nothing can hurt you. Nothing does hurt you because you are the one reality, which is true. You are that formless presence. So the best way to pacify your mind is to explore non-resistance and to explore what is the reason for the resistance and to see that behind the resistance is the belief that I am Charles or I am Magdi. Remember, the body is named Charles. Okay? Your town is named, I don't know where you live, but, you know, Temecula, the name of your town. But it has nothing to do with you. The body name is Charles, but you are not Charles. Believing that you are Charles is the root cause of misery. And we experience misery internally, and so we want to free ourselves from misery, so we struggle against misery. But misery is not coming to you from outside. It's coming to you from your belief that you are Charles. Remember, Charles is the name of the body. And the body appears to you. When you wake up in the morning, the body appears to you. Then you wash your face. You're washing the face of the body. You brush your teeth. You're brushing the teeth of the body. You take care of the body. But you are not the body. When you understand that you're not the body, you are consciousness, your experience changes. It changes from struggling with the mind, struggling with your experience. It changes. I cannot describe it to you in words, but it changes to freedom. Your experience will be that of freedom, love, beauty, causeless peace. That would be your daily experience, your minute by minute experience. And at the same time, you will still be brushing the teeth of Charles and taking the body Charles to work, making him work. But there'll be a smoothness, I said, the tenderness in your life, a harmony, a playfulness, a lightness. You know what I mean? It's childlike, it's childlikeness. Because we are all children in essence.